Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are super excited for this masterclass. Today we are going to talk about, we are going to talk about agentic AI at scale, and technically what we've been doing for the past 2 years with TotalEnergies. And we are really proud of having them with us today. So today we will be with me, Nabil Tayeb. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Draft&Goal. Vincent Terrasi, CTO and co-founder, and Vincent, François and Pierre from TotalEnergies. And really kudos to them because 2 years ago they decided to work with a very small startup that had made a bet on agentic AI. And at least we think that the best was being proven right. We don't need to introduce TotalEnergies, but we are going to introduce ourselves. So we are a French-Canadian startup. So we are based in Montreal and in Paris here at Station F. We've been through several acceleration programs and incubator programs. And in the past 3-4 years now, we've been able to work with world-class companies such as TotalEnergies, Groupon, Publicis Media, La Poste, and really being successful on deploying agentic AI at scale. Won a couple of awards and working with Google on different aspects of innovation and AI innovation. I want to start first with an example because we'll talk about technology right after. But what we found out in the past year and a half, really like deploying, is that AI doesn't make any sense if it doesn't have any impact within your organization and if it doesn't have any ROI. And one of the use case, and we'll discuss about many other use cases, but one of the use cases that we did with some of our clients was doing e-commerce at scale. So e-commerce at scale means taking a lot of products, not only one product, and doing a lot of tasks on those products. So creating a whole set of new assets, can be ads, can be customer testimonials, it can be videos. And what we found is that if you act on only one aspect of the whole workflow, you break the process. And the process doesn't work because you are just coming as an add-on to whatever is the existing process. What you need to do is really embed yourself and embed your solution from end to end in being able to not only automate the process, but get the people around that process to participate to that process. So here we see a process where we are doing a lot of tasks, we are scrapping data, we are regenerating assets for e-commerce, for ad management platforms. And this is when you really see the haha moment where you have a massive impact in the process. So now Vincent will go a little bit more about the journey that we went through in terms of deploying these workflows.
Yes. 4 years ago, we started with one-on-one chatbot interaction, but we moved quickly to task workflow. Surely is the best solution. But today, we use a lot parallel automation at scale, and we are wishing the top. Agentic intelligence is clearly the best technology on the market. And what is in agentic intelligence is use AI with a memory, with the capacity to generate or orchestrate other artificial intelligence. Sorry. And why this evolution? The bad way was answer this question, accomplish this task. But the new way is, can you run this operation end-to-end on autopilot and without error. And as you can see on the screen, we have the AI orchestration platform, and we can transform business processes into AI workflow in a fully autonomy. So, as you can see here, what is AI workflow? I wrote down the definition, and it is very important. AI workflow is a step-by-step process where AI system receive a task, analyze it, take action by using tool and data, and deliver optimized results, on the most important word, with minimal human intervention. And as you can see here, you need 3 ingredients. The first one, of course, the input. So a workflow can start with the date, with some files, the selector, whatever. Of course, you need a lot of integration. So here with Draft&Goal, we focus on marketing or integration. But for example, you have Google Ads, Google Discover, scrapping tool, and so on. And of course, the most important is AI node. So you can integrate with the drag and drop platform, agent, large language model, and so on. And so now the reality is everything become a workflow. So you can connect easily some node about different agent, and with scrapping, data analysis, generation, you can build quickly and easily an AI workflow. And you don't need to be a technical user. With no platform, you can build very complicated workflow without technical skin. And of course, you can publish automatically and directly to your content management system.
So one of the things also that we found out, like in this whole journey, is we really started doing text generation, and we had a really hard time to deploy workflows with only text generation, because what we found out is that unless you are multimodal and unless you think in all the dimensions of AI, you are able to deploy like workflows that are working. So you cannot only say, hey, I'm going to do text generation. You need to think about image generation. You think, like, even now you need to think about coding, and you cannot limit yourself to one single dimension, because, and we will talk about this a little bit later on, is really about your approach of how you think AI, not just right now, but in the next 6 months or 2 years. One of the other important aspect, so just to step back a little bit, like every single business in the world has been built on scarcity, and mainly on human resources scarcity. And what we found, like working and deploying our platform with our client, is that the first reflex that we have is to say, hey, let's automate that thing. So we do this, and that, and let's automate it. And it's fun because it's something that we control. We know the ROI, we know the impact that it's going to have. But then when you say, what would happen if tomorrow I would give you 5,000 employees? Like, they are ready to work, they understand your business, they have the skill set. What would you ask them to do? Because it's easy to think about what you are doing right now, but now if you have 5,000 persons, you are not going to repeat what you are doing right now 5,000 times. You need to think in another way. You need to change the chip and to say, okay, now I can build new things that were unthinkable in the past. And this is really, really hard. And even for ourselves, sometimes we struggle with that. And so there's a shift in the role that you need to implement within yourself and within your teams, is that now it's not about manual execution, it's not about asset creation, it's not about like operating tools, it's really about giving context, supervising, review edge cases. So And this is important because people think that we are all going to lose our jobs through AI. Edge cases are literally the definition where AI doesn't work. AI needs a lot of data to handle a specific case. If it doesn't have enough data, edge cases is typically a situation where you don't have enough data because it's an occurrence that appears seldom. And you need humans to act on edge cases. And then everything that's governance. Governance is going to be critical. There's a lot of different aspects like intellectual property, security, data privacy. All these aspects, these are relegated to humans. And it doesn't mean that because AI cannot do them, they are just like side projects. They are crucial to whatever you are doing in AI. So right now, Vincent will present you one specific case of real-time personalization, because this is a little bit what I was saying before, is that we were saying, okay, we are going to automate e-commerce, but now how can we go beyond just automating like creation of assets?
Yes. Let's end with the ultimate scenario. As you can see, it is a real-time personalization. So imagine an e-commerce website with 10,000 products. So now we can achieve personalization at planet scale. And when a user is detected, as you can see, we can now swap image, adjust testimonial, rewrite call to action, replace video, and so on. And on the right, for the same product, you can have different video, for example, for young people or old people, and you can rewrite everything, and all is happen in milliseconds. So why this is possible right now? Because it is the combination between the edge computing and agentic AI. And look at these fast loops. First, the edge worker detects the user. After, AI agent fetch the right template. We can automatically apply the brand kit according the website. The workflow generate on choose asset on the last but not the least. Edge instantly render to user, and again in milliseconds.
So really what we wanted to show with this example is that we are just thinking, and I know that in a lot of businesses, like the paradigm is that we are using GitHub Copilot, or we are using a chatbot. But really, it's not anymore that. It's really how do you converge everything within AI. So first, like having multi-agent orchestration. So multi-agent, that means that you are handling really complex process. Yeah, easy process, you can just type it in Gemini and that's it. But if you want to handle very complex process, you need multi-agent system. Scalability. So yes, you are doing something once. If you do it 10,000 times, 1,000,000 times, this is where you start to see a massive impact that you couldn't have in the past. And it's something that you cannot even compete with. All processes cannot compete with scalability. Being model agnostic, so it comes back to what I was saying before about being multimodal, but being model agnostic is not to be tied to one provider. We just saw like this week, like Gemini just beat ChatGPT, and then the following day, Anthropic released a new model, and it beat all of them. And then you just realize, okay, what do? I change? That's why, I switch. No, you cannot work like that. You have to, from the get-go, say, I don't care about the provider. I care about the end result and the impact. And the last part is that we were pitching tech all the time. We were pitching how our RAG was working, how everything was about AI, the agent and everything. Your team don't want to see that. They want to see no code. They want to see like instant usage. And if you are approaching AI through the tech lens, it will fail. Every single project that we succeeded, was when team member of the end user team was embedded in the project. Because without them, there's no adoption. No adoption, your project is totally useless. So it's not just a feature. It's not a SaaS. We think about AI as a SaaS. It's not a SaaS. It's an infrastructure layer of your organization. So one of the thing that we see right now is that we've been deploying individual workflows in the past few years, and they are working great. But in the past few months, we started to have agents that are correcting workflows, that are evaluating the answers and evaluating the prompts. So it means that in 18 months, what we've started to do right now is going to be multiple agents that are going to work across multiple workflows. So it means that if you work across multiple workflows, it's not like siloed decisions. It's decisions that you are taking across the whole intelligence that you are building with your AI. So this is crucial, but it's also crucial for your teams because there will be a new job. Like everybody was talking about, like the new job is prompt engineer and everything. What we think is that the new job is the workflow manager. And now we'll talk about TotalEnergies. But at TotalEnergies, they have a workflow manager, that a person that's actually handling and supervising all the workflows and seeing how it makes sense within their deployment. So now we are going to talk with François and Pierre about their experience in the past 2 years. And I really insist about the past 2 years because really, TotalEnergies, it's huge. Like we were a really small startup. We're smaller than we are now. And when we started to work with them, we were just like, okay, we are going to get crushed. We are going to be pushed somewhere on the side. And really, they really played the game. 2 years later, we are still working with them. We are deploying more and more use cases. And this is something that we have to put to their credit, because a large company like that, like trusting a small startup, like the one we built with Vincent, was really impressive. So I don't know who wants to answer this first question, but what in your process, what really made an impact in terms of like deploying faster, like those AI solutions and those AI workflows?
Thank you, Nabil. I will answer this question. For me, the key is your approach, your factory-in-a-box approach. Unlike other generic platforms such as N8N, Pierre, Make, Draft&Goal, the tool, provides ready-to-use agentic workflows tailored to our needs. For example, we have a workflow that generates blog articles optimized for SEO. And this allows us to simply connect it to our systems, our CMS. And we can really easily shift to industrialization without requiring lots of engineering, meaning technical headaches. And as you said just before, for more complex or more advanced needs, we rely on human skills through the workflow manager service. To achieve a great agentic use case requires great human with brand new skills.
Thank you. I like this one is more for Pierre. So because you were working more with the teams, like what was the learning curve that that you had in terms of implementation and change management that you had to go through with your team, Pierre?
Yeah. The learning curve was almost non-existent because the tools speaks to our business language. For instance, it contains our SEO rules, our writing, brand content guidelines, and it's important to say that no one needed to learn prompt engineering. This simplicity permit our writer to produce high content in 1.5 minutes.
So, yeah, sorry. Can you share like a tangible outcome, because really it's always about like the impact that you have. Can you share like a tangible outcome that we achieved like during that time?
Yeah, of course. The result was immediate and massive. For instance, we saw a 32% increase of our website traffic, allowing us to update 70% of our weblog, which contains 1,000 pages, in a record time. And this is the reason why a few months ago we won, as you can said, an award called SEO award called Semi Award for Innovation.
And this one is more like for you, François, like anything that's related to governance, to security, like how did you approach it, like before and after, and also that switch that you had to make, like implementing AI?
Thank you, Nabil. So, security is a big topic at TotalEnergies. It's one of our core values, and data security is definitely not negotiable for us. Drafting goals on-premise deployment ensures that no data leaves our servers, addressing in a way one of the biggest challenges of GDPR. Moreover, drafting goals has undertake lots of compliance, security compliance. For example, SOC 2 Type 2 about security consistency, ISO 27001, which is more about security framework, and of course GDPR about data privacy. All of this meets the highest security standards that can be found in most of the premium enterprise solutions. And to be honest, this level of maturity is pretty rare for a startup.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we have 1 minute more for maybe one question in the crowd. I don't know if.
Maybe a quick one.
Yeah, the lady just there. Hello.
Thank you so much for your talk. I'm curious if you could comment on agent evaluation. We know that the foundation models of the brain, foundation models drift over time, and you mentioned around agents managing the workflow, so it's agents managing agents. How do you deal with the evaluation side and ensuring that they're accurate?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good question, because we see a lot of orchestration platforms that really don't handle anything related to evaluation and scoring. So on our platform, so we have different mechanisms to score and to score agents in real time, and then to score the overall outputs of our any type of generation that you make. So, for example, we have scoring agents, so you can create criteria where you can define what type of agent is going to check. And then we have a specific type of guardrails. So we don't do agent judgment. We use actually algorithm to judge agents, because judging agents is always a bit of an issue. So we are right on time? Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,